Welcome to Guess What? The channel where these 15 facts feel straight out of a movie, but it's 100% real. Number 1. The Halifax Explosion, which occurred on December 6, 1917 in Nova Scotia, Canada, was one of the greatest tragedies in the country's history. A collision between the French ship Mont Blanc, loaded with explosives for World War I, and the Norwegian ship Imo, triggered a massive detonation that devastated much of the city. Approximately 2,000 people died, 9,000 were injured, and thousands were left homeless in seconds. The explosion, equivalent to 2.9 kilotons of TNT, remains one of the largest non-nuclear detonations in history. Number 2. 2 countries without Coca-Cola. You might think Coca-Cola is available everywhere in the world, but these 2 countries have been under long-standing U.S. trade embargoes. North Korea since 1950 and Cuba since 1962. However, North Korea has produced its own dark-colored soda. They call it Ryongjin Cola or Cocoa Sparkling. It has the same red packaging and cursive font, but does it have the same great taste? Number 3. The country with the most pyramids in the world. Egyptian pyramids are almost synonymous, but did you know there are more pyramids in Sudan? Nubia, a region in Sudan, has 255 pyramids, twice as many as Egypt. After ruling Egypt's 25th dynasty, Nubian pharaohs fled to Sudan and formed the Kushite kingdom, incorporating Egyptian culture into their new city. Nubia's pyramids are not as visited as those in Egypt. Number 4. The oldest country in the world. San Marino is considered the oldest country in the world. It was founded in 301 AD and has maintained continuous independence throughout the centuries. Its political continuity and organizational structure as a republic define it as a sovereign state with a history of over 1,700 years. Number 5. Transylvania's Bermuda Triangle. The Hoia Baciu forest in Romania is known as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. Witnesses claim to see floating lights, hear voices, and lose track of time. Some enter and return days later without remembering what happened. Reports also include disappearances of people, feelings of dizziness, and malfunctions of electronic equipment. Number 6. The woman who invented Monopoly. Lizzie Magie created a game in 1904 to critique capitalism, but Charles Darrow copied it and sold it as Monopoly in 1935, taking the credit. Lizzie never received recognition during her lifetime. The world's most famous game has a stolen history, fair or unfair. Number 7. The Dancing Plague. In 1518, in Strasbourg, during the height of the Renaissance, hundreds of people in this German city began dancing uncontrollably for days without any apparent reason, leading to several deaths from exhaustion. It is believed to have been a case of collective hysteria exacerbated by social stress and malnutrition. Number 8. Ethiopia is 7 years behind. When we welcomed 2020, Ethiopia was only 4 months into 2012. Like the Gregorian calendar, used by most of us, the Ethiopian calendar marks the birth of Christ as its starting point. The most interesting differences are the annual holidays. Unlike the rest of the world, Ethiopia celebrates New Year on September 11th and Christmas on January 7th. Number 9. The steepest street in the world. San Francisco is known as a city of slopes, with its steepest street at a 27-degree angle. If you think that's steep, try living on Baldwin Street in New Zealand. This residential street in Dunedin holds the Guinness World Record with its 38-degree incline. The sharp slope makes all the houses appear sunken into the ground. Number 10. The Helium Balloon Army. In 1986, Cleveland attempted to break a world record by releasing 1.5 million balloons into the sky. It was a disaster. They blocked air traffic, caused car accidents, and even hindered rescues on Lake Erie. The event ended up being a monumental chaos. Oh! Number 11. The most legendary pirate in history. From the shadows to the pinnacle of the seas, Qin Shi, an indomitable woman from China, left behind her past as a prostitute to become the undisputed queen of pirates, commanding a colossal armada of 1,800 ships and 80,000 fierce souls. Married to the ferocious commander of the Red Flag Fleet, she not only won his love, but rose as his equal, leading with boldness and cunning, the most feared fleet in history, defying seas and enemies in an unparalleled, epic adventure. Number 12. Abraham Lincoln Ring Fighter. Known for his leadership as U.S. President, Abraham Lincoln also stood out as a formidable wrestler in his youth. Standing at 1.93 meters tall, he lost only one of his approximately 300 matches, earning him a place in the Wrestling Hall of Fame in New Salem, Illinois. His physical prowess and reputation as an elite wrestler made him a legendary figure. Number 13. Was Alexander the Great buried alive? The theory that Alexander the Great was buried alive due to Guillain-Barré syndrome is plausible, according to Dr. Catherine Hall. She suggests that Alexander was paralyzed but conscious, with nearly imperceptible breathing, which explains the lack of decomposition in his body for days. Historical accounts of his paralysis and mental clarity support this idea. Although not definitive due to a lack of physical evidence, it aligns with the described symptoms. Number 14. The Salem witches were not burned. During the trials between February 1692 and May 1693 in Salem Village, none of the approximately 2,000 accused individuals were burned alive, contrary to popular myth. Most were imprisoned, 19 were hanged, 14 women, 5 men, and some died in prison due to poor conditions. Executions in the English colonies used the gallows, not the stake, as was common in Europe. The trials, driven by hysteria and questionable evidence, remain a symbol of fanaticism and injustice. Number 15. The Naked Olympics. In the ancient Olympic Games, athletes competed naked. This was to get closer to the gods and aid in detoxifying their skin through sweat. In fact, the word gymnastics comes from the ancient Greek words gymnasia, athletic training, exercise, and gymnos, naked. This practice also allowed judges to verify that no women were competing, as only men could participate. Additionally, nudity symbolized equality among athletes, eliminating distinctions of wealth or social status. Thanks! Don't forget to subscribe!